morning. My name is Byron Yankee. I'm the College and Career Ed Program Manager for the State Board of Education, and I really wish I was with you guys today. I've always looked forward to these opportunities to talk with you and learn about the amazing things that happen at our high schools and our college campuses with that. I'm also part of the outreach team for the next Board of Education, and I'm going to talk with you about some updates and some new features here at the State Board, particularly with the Next Steps website. First of all, let me tell you about direct admissions. The postcards went out to over 22,000 students September 1 to their mailing addresses as provided by your schools during the summer with it. Our direct admissions letters will be in the mailboxes on September 23rd, and they will be arriving at those same addresses across the state. We do know that during the summer, sometimes students change schools. Sometimes they even move to a different city or town. So rest assured that when students create an Apply Idaho account, if they hadn't received their direct admissions letter in the mail, it will show up on that first page when they create a direct admissions account. Just a reminder, for this year only, the State Board of Education approved using a 2.6 GPA to determine whether or not a student would get the letter of 8 or the letter of 6. Students who have 2.6 or above unweighted GPA will get the letter of 8, and students with a GPA below 2.6 will receive the letter of 6. You get to follow me as you learn more about Apply Idaho and some of the other resources from the State Board of Education. Come along. Let me introduce you to Sarah Scudder. We really need your help this year. We really want you to help us stress the need for students to make intentional choices about the colleges and universities that they select on Apply Idaho. We know it's tempting for students to select all of the colleges and universities, but really that thoughtful inclusion of these are the places that I am most interested in would be very, very helpful. There's just a few changes with that. Let me remind you that one of the questions we get every year is, do students have to fill in a social security number? The answer is no, they can leave it blank. But what they will see on the submission page is a reminder that colleges and universities often use the social security number to help them process their materials, but it is totally optional. Something brand new on the submission page is this year, students will see the unweighted GPA that was used when calculating the direct admissions letter. They will also see a college entrance exam score, and what we have told students is if there is something wrong with either one of those, they need to reach out to counselors with that who can help correct that issue. And probably the easiest correction for counselors is to make sure an accurate transcript was sent to the colleges the students select. And also, the college entrance exam may not be their most recent one, and that's an easy fix also. Next, let me tell you about Scholarship Idaho. Let me tell you about Scholarship Idaho. And I'm in the office of Joy Miller, who manages all of the State Board scholarships. This year, we have rebuilt the scholarship portal. It looks a lot like Apply Idaho. That's what we were going for. October 1st is when the Scholarship Idaho will open, just as usual. After students have completed the necessary forms and information, if a student does not qualify for any of our scholarships on the site, it will link them to a national scholarship search. Also, another good source is the Idaho scholarship listing on the Next Steps Idaho website. But also we remind students not to forget to apply for all scholarships and financial aids at the institutions where they are applying. you can find a great tutorial on how to use Scholarship Idaho. Here's a short clip.
If you are eligible for the Idaho Opportunity Scholarship, it will be auto-selected for you in Part 3. You may qualify for other state-managed scholarships too. Click Details to learn more about each and use the checkbox to add a scholarship to your application. If the Idaho Opportunity Scholarship is the only scholarship selected in Part 3, then there are no questions for Part 4. You are almost done with your application. Skip ahead to Part 5. If additional scholarships were selected in Part 3, you will need to answer a few questions before moving on. Keep in mind that you can leave Scholarship Idaho at any time and come back later to finish these questions.
I'm going to leave Joey Miller right now because she has to get ready to make sure that Scholarship Idaho is ready and for students October 1st. So follow me. Now let's talk about the Next Steps Idaho calendar. That is an important tool for you. We want all of you in this room that have career and college events to go to the calendar and hit the submit button and include information. It has good filters, so events can be filtered statewide or by your region with it. But we're working really hard to make sure that calendar has all of the important events. That calendar will have all of the IACRO events throughout the year. And thank you, IACRO, for your collaboration. Also, don't forget to sign up for the Next Steps newsletter. You can find that on the For Educator page on the Next Steps website. I will tell you, the For Educator page looks very different than it was in the springtime. A lot of new resources that are on there and a new way to find those types of information. And finally, a reminder that For Educators is the category that we use for college and career professionals in high schools, but also in all of our post-secondary schools across the state. It's a great way for you to invite classroom teachers and others to help with career and college planning. Now, here we go with one more exciting feature for the Next Steps website. Guess what? We had counselors and college career advisors write lesson plans. These are lesson plans that can be used by classroom teachers or by any of you. These lesson plans help support the high school learning plans that you'll find on the Next Steps website. This exciting curriculum library we are hoping to expand throughout this year to provide you more and more resources. Now let's talk about the video library. This is a great collaboration with community partners. We are really satisfied and excited with this video project. You might even notice some of the IACRO members in some of these videos. You may want to check that out. We want to thank everyone for that. We also want to thank, particularly the Idaho Manufacturing Alliance and Idaho Public TV, who have both contributed some real-world videos with areas of interest in career technical education and the types of features that could be engaging for young people as they move forward. Finally, Capital Ed Credit Union has provided us access to over 40 videos that help students and their families with financial planning, budgeting, planning for the future. It's a brilliant way for these videos to be used by maybe the English teacher, or how about one of the math or economics teacher. It's a good way to start a conversation and a way for us to make sure that college and career activities and advising just doesn't happen in your offices. It happens all through their high school careers with it. And finally, it's an honor for me to read a message from the Idaho State Board of Education. With COVID-19 surging in all parts of the state, we are embarking on our fourth consecutive semester in which educators and those of you in this room have to navigate the many challenges and disruptions to students' learning. On behalf of the State Board of Education, I want to thank you for your commitment to education, for your resilience, and for your dedication to providing high quality education and career planning for students across the state. Thank you. If you have not met our Next Step Ambassador for your region, now is the time. And also make sure that you sign up for their Next Steps Ambassador Regional Facebook page. Great opportunity for conversations, advice, tips, tricks, and just basic support and communication.